moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Boakai only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I would praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Boakai, wow.
Dream. Barack Obama said, change, yes we can. And I, George, we are saying power to the people. Yes, we must. Fellow citizens,
get ready for a historic gathering of unity, leadership, and vision. The Congress for Democratic Change USA, or CDC USA, proudly invites you to the 2026 National Convention, now set from July 29 to August the 2nd, in the great city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, under the theme, Renewing for Results, One CDC, One Vision, One Future. This landmark convention will bring together states chapters, party leaders, diaspora stakeholders, and distinguished guests from across the United States, Canada, Europe, Australia, Liberia, and beyond. Join us for strategic policy dialogue, CDC USA leadership elections, the Diaspora Engagement Forum, and a prestigious recognition ceremony, featuring prominent voices and leaders, including Party Chairman Attorney Janga A. Cole, leading an array of party officials from Liberia, including Representative Frank Safoko Jr., Representative Bintu Masale, Representative Abu Kamara, and Representative Eugene Colley. Plenary session speakers will include Wanto Tier Wanto, Mrs. Welcme Sadie Tab, Aisha Bolo Howard, Mamesi Kaba, Councillor Gamonde Clinton, Civicus Basigia, and many more. And don't miss the special honoring of His Excellency Dr. George Manawia, former President of the Republic of Liberia, for his outstanding democratic leadership and commitment to peace. As Liberian artists, including D12, Takun J, Leto Abraham Moibab, aka Heaven Sent, and KZW, will spice the honoring nights with beautiful performances, followed by a soccer match between CDC USA and Boxer, with FIFA World Best George Manawia leading the CDC USA in a spectacular soccer match on Sunday. It's happening in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania from July 29 to August the 2nd. Come, let's celebrate democracy and celebrate a true icon of Liberia democracy, His Excellency Dr. George Manawia. Be a part of the movement, be a part of the vision, be a part of the future. For more information, contact your local CDC USA chapter or follow official CDC USA platform at www.cdc.usa.org or contact the convention committee at 301-383-6874. CDC USA Convention 2026. Here we come, renewing for results.
All right, so fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be here. And we want to use this occasion to welcome each and every one of you under the Palava Hut as usual. We want to say thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. And what we ask you to do is what we've always asked you to do, and that is hit for us the share button. Please. Is to please hit for us the share button, please. So do us a favor, hit for us the share button. Let's get ready so that we can together do what we are supposed to do. So let's bring you this clip while we. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Just bear with me. Let me remove what I'm supposed to remove.
Monrovia receive
Oh,
irregular supply of
fine.
electricity at
That's
one
good.
of the highest costs in West Africa. The woes of the power sector were compounded by a major donor apathy caused by
So hit for us the share button. It's
my
going to
fellow
be very interesting
Liberians.
tonight.
I'm Attorney Daniel C. Gayu Jr., Deputy Information Minister of the Republic of Liberia. Today, let's take a look at what His Excellency President Weah has done through the Liberia Electricity Corporation. Before President Weah's inauguration, Liberia was largely a dark country with only 35,000 households having access to electricity. With the exception of a few households in Grand Jide, Maryland, and Nima counties that were connected to the CLSG lines, fewer residents in Monrovia receive irregular supply of electricity at one of the highest costs in West Africa. The woes of the power sector were compounded by a major donor apathy caused by the unaccountability of about 6 million United States dollars of the Norwegian donor fund. An overdue debt of 8.2 million United States dollars that was not paid by the previous administration stressed the cash flow of LEC and impeded its commercial activities already plagued by uncontrolled power theft. With the scant supply of expensive electricity to minute parts of 3 counties, to dark Liberia with majority of its blackout cities, towns, and villages was handed to His Excellency President George Weah for illumination. President Weah has increased the supply of electricity to 220,000 households from 35,000 households in 2018. Cities, suburbs, and towns in 9 counties, Monserrato, Margibi, Grand Cape Mount, Bombing, Bong, Maryland, River G, Grand Jide, and Nima counties have received electricity for the first time since our Civil War. President Weah has increased LEC generation capacity from 88 megawatts in 2018 to 113 megawatts in 2023. He made it possible through the power purchasing agreement for the supply of 25 megawatts through the CLSG interconnecting lines. President Weah has also successfully transformed the Bushra power plant from use of diesel to heavy fuel oil and increased its generation capacity from 35 megawatts to 38 megawatts. President Weah has restored donors' confidence in the energy sector once more. He has, over the past 5 years, attracted hundreds of millions of dollars in support of major LEC projects under his administration. Among the projects is the 96 million United States dollar ongoing RESPACT project to procure and install 20 megawatt solar power plant. This project will also add 2 turbines to the existing McCovey hydro plant to boost its generation capacity to 128 megawatts. On behalf of the Liberian people, President Weah has also formed a partnership with World Bank and West Africa Power Pool to conduct a feasibility study for the construction of a 150 megawatts hydropower plant on the St. Paul River. The study is near completion. When the St. Paul River hydropower project is constructed, it will have a generation capacity of 2 times more than the Mankofi hydro currently generates. Upon the urgings of President Weah, the World Bank has already pledged 300 million United States dollars toward the construction of the St. Paul hydropower plant. In a few years from now, the entire Liberia will receive stable and affordable electricity when President Weah completes the Respite 20 megawatt solar project, the 50 megawatt Scatec solar project, and the 150 megawatt St. Paul hydro plant. Upon completion of these projects, LEC will generate about 300 megawatts. In President Weah's Liberia, 1.1 million persons have access to affordable electricity because he reduced the tariff on electricity from 35 cents per kilowatts to between 15 and 22 cents per kilowatts based on your customer type. President Weah has catalyzed the access to affordable electricity by signing into law an act criminalizing power theft. His anti-power theft campaign has saved LEC from over 30 million United States dollar loss per year and booked about 28,000 corporates. As a result of the anti-power theft campaign, over 15,000 new prepaid meters have been installed and more than 18,000 disconnections of illegal customers have been made. President Weah has made LEC financially stable by paying the previous administration overdue debts and by paying his government debt on time. Since 2018, the government of Liberia has been built up to 37 million United States dollars, and President Weah's government has paid up to 36 million United States dollars on time. President Weah has also issued executive orders exempting LEC from paying custom duties and general services tax on petroleum products, transformers, wires, and light poles to hasten LEC expansion program. As a result of all his efforts, 15,000 transformers have been added to LEC's network, while 2,199 kilometers of medium voltage lines have been installed. What a capable leader we have. Thank you, President Weah.
So we want to use this time to extend our thanks and appreciation to all of you that have joined us under the Palava Hall. We want to say thank you so much for your presence here. And as always, we acknowledge, appreciate you for all you continue to do for us. We want to say thank you so much. It's something that we uh, don't take lightly because we know how time is spent, especially here in the diaspora and other parts of the world. So those of you that have come to join us so that we can have this discussion is something that we really, really appreciate. And we want to say thank you so much for joining us. Let me get in my full paraphernalia. Yeah, proud of this. So let me just get in this. Yeah, okay. So we want to say thanks to each and every one of you that have joined us. It's always a privilege, and we see this as something that worth more than a million. In a special way, those of you that are joining us from around the globe, I want to say welcome to all of you. Momo Blamo, you are highly welcome. We appreciate you. Elijah A.K. Kiazulu, thank you so much for joining us. We want to say welcome to Orita F. Russells. Thank you so much, Orita, for joining us. We appreciate your presence here. We want to say welcome to all of you who are joining us from various parts of the world. We appreciate you and we want to say thank you for your support as always. Liberia is faced with a crisis that all of us must not overlook because at the end of the day, it's going to have what one would refer to as an adverse effect on all of us as Liberians. Whether you are a Liberian naturalized in another country, or you are a Liberian immigrant, however you call yourself, this thing that we are talking about is going to haunt us. And we'll continue to talk about it. The reason why we talk about it is because it concerns us. Sometimes when I'm listening to people saying, oh, don't put your money in it, then I laugh. Maybe some of you, you have all of your family members, all of your family members out of Liberia, and they are in a comfortable position. Very good for you. Maybe some of you who get mad at us when we talk and question us, you don't have no lineage. You don't have no connection to Liberia. Maybe everything about you that is connected to Liberia has been disconnected. So when we are talking about Liberia, you don't see it that way. So we want to say thank you. If you are in a comfortable position and have nothing to do with Liberia, we say thank you. But those of us who have everything to do with Liberia, who has everything to do with Liberia, our children are there, our families are there, investment there, and etc. etc. We'll always talk about Liberia here. And when you get uncomfortable, it's up to you. You can disagree with us in the comment section. It's up to you. We are talking and we ask a sincere question about this issue of the drugs. We ask a sincere question. Why should we trust Joseph Numa Boakai to investigate this case? Why? Why should we even trust the LDEA to investigate this case? Why? Why should we trust the Liberian National Police to investigate this understated $19 million drugs? Why? Why must we trust them? Why must we trust the NSA to investigate case? Why must we trust them? I'm about to give you reasons why we cannot trust these people. Thank you. I'm about to give you reasons why we cannot trust them. Why we cannot trust them. I'm about to give you reasons. You see, my people, we don't judge people by the color of their skin, but we judge them by the content of their character. We look at what they've done in the past. When some of us come to say we don't trust this person or we trust this person, it's based on the interaction we have had, what we know about this person, and etc. Then we can make an informed decision and say, yes, we trust or not trust. And I will give you reasons why every Liberian must now begin to call our international partners to intervene. And we are grateful that we call them and they listen. And as I speak to you, they are intervening in different ways. I feel bad as a Liberian to sit on this platform to say I will not trust my government. I feel bad. Nobody feel excited. Nobody see it as an achievement when they cannot trust their government. Nobody. Especially from a clear conscience, from a patriotic conscience. Nobody will feel fine. But why are we not trusting these people? Why is it that we are asking that the international community must intervene? They must take charge of this situation. Why we are calling? And I will give you reasons why. This government cannot be trusted to investigate herself because over the period, this government have given us every indication
that once they are connected to somebody, that person can commit the worst crime in the world, that person will be set free. Nothing will come of it. Let's first of all look at the King John massacre. Let's start from there. I know there are some of you say, but who will trust now? Who will trust? Let's look at the King John massacre. Has there been any investigation conducted on the King John massacre? Has there been any investigation? The last time we saw a communication written by Oxford Tuwe, Councillor Oxford Tuwe, who is the Justice Minister of the Republic of Liberia. In that note, he said each family member that was, that one way or the other was involved, they were getting 5,000 US dollars. The last time we checked, when our people were massacred in Kinjaw at the B Mountain incident, there was no investigation put up. We saw some representatives going at that particular location. We saw the House of Representatives sending people there and saying, let the people go there. The House of Representatives will do investigation and they will come out with funding. Where is the funding from the House of Representatives? Where is that funding? Where is it? The last time when our people were massacred in Kinjaw, and the only reasons why they were massacred was one, because they called on the government of Liberia to ensure that the B Mountain lived up to her social corporate responsibility. That was the only crime. The reason why they were massacred was because they said, look, B Mountain is using our roads with their heavy trucks. Our roads are damaging. Unfortunately, these people are not doing anything to be able to live up to what they signed up to in that agreement. That was the only reason. And Joseph Numa Boakai sent police at the B Mountain, and our people were massacred. Where is the investigation? No, if you're telling us to trust the government, if you're telling us to trust Boakai, let me be specific. If you are telling us to trust Boakai to investigate $19 million drugs that was underestimated, they said 19 million, underestimated $19 million drugs. What became of the King John massacre? Where is the investigation? Let's put that aside. That is the first question you need to answer. The second question, and the reason why we cannot trust this government to be able to investigate this drugs case is because of this second reason I'm about to give you. During the inauguration program of Joseph Numa Boakai, a huge amount in the tune of millions were given to these people to organize the inaugural program. The last time that we checked, the last time you and I checked, that money landed in the hands of some coordinators of Unity Party, like Madam Yata Fambule, like Mo Ali, and etc. That money, the next day we got an information that, oh, they took the money, they gave some to the Unity Party coordinator then, or the Unity Party chairperson in the various counties. The chairpersons of the Unity Party, they call and say, that money the people say they give out allowed. They say they're going to give 5,000, but they give 5,000. They give $1,500. And Joseph Numa Boakai told us that because of all of the, the level of corruption allegations and what have you, they were going to set up a committee to investigate, and people who are held or people who the investigation will find culpable, they will be brought to justice. Up to today, where's that report? Who are those that are brought to justice for the inaugural form mismanagement? Who are those? The people who mismanaged the inaugural forms. Were anybody brought to book for that? Peter Lynn Roberts, you are welcome. Eka Davis, thank you so much for joining us. Samson Garrison Williams, you are welcome. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for your presence here. So that investigation for the inaugural fund that was mismanaged, where is the investigation? Who are those that were brought down guilty? Or who are those that were investigated and were exonerated? So that one, no hey, no tay in that report. No, let's go to the second. I will give you, like I said, I will give you a series of reasons why we can trust this government. Let's go to the second one. Not in any particular order, but just randomly. The government told us that certain individuals, according to Mr. Boakai, were responsible for the burning down of the Capitol building. That's what Mr. Boakai told us. Jones Pele, I want to salute your presence. Philadelphia is in the house, joining us there from Philly. I want to say thank you so much, Jones, for your presence here. It's always a privilege for us to have you here. Thank you so very kindly. I salute your presence. So the arson case at the Capitol building, where lawmakers were accused. And as I speak to you today, they still have people who they torture in prison. The government told us that they were sending for fire experts, fire investigators, some of the best that you can ever think about in the world. Gregory Como said they were sending for that individual, or for those individuals, sorry. As I speak today, and the government of Liberia spent money behind those people. Was that 1,000 or 2,000? Good money the government spent. Those Americans that went to Liberia to help with the investigation, show me the investigation report. Now, show me the report now. No, that's why I say we're taking our own time. Nobody running behind anybody. We're here today, just so us. You want count on, tell me. I will send you the link you count on. You want disagree, fine, you disagree. Today that open back, we talk. We'll talk. In fact, while we're talking, I'll put a link there. You want can. You want can. Anything you want can. Today, open back, you know. I usually do this, but no problem. We'll put it there today. I'll come. Let me see. Let me put a link there. Okay. I send the link. You want to join? That open door policy. That's open door policy. Especially for those of you who feel very uncomfortable whenever we give the factual information. I want to welcome Plus TV Liberia, one of our sisterly broadcasts there. I want to welcome them. You guys are highly welcome. The folks there doing a great work. I also want to say to the Metro Media, I appreciate you guys who is currently transmitting this show as we are going live. I want to say thanks to them and all other stations or all other online platforms that are transmitting this particular podcast. I want to say kudos to all of you. Thank you for the hard work. Thank you. I appreciate you. So, where is the investigation? Where is the report of that investigation that was conducted by those experts that they sent for from the United States to go and aid in investigating the fire incident at the house? Where is that report? After the government told us that there were individuals who were responsible, they came up boldly to tell us, Mr. Boakai came up boldly and told the Liberian people that there were hooligans, that they knew who the people were. Gregory Como has series of press conferences informing the Liberian people that they get all the evidence, they get everything you can think about. But where are we today? Where are those reports? We are yet to see it, right? Oh, okay. All right. But you want us to trust this government. I want to welcome Eric McGill, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you, Brother Eric. Thank you so very kindly. It's always a privilege. It's always a blessing when we see our family. We consider people online, even those that disagree with us. They are also family, but they just, don't see what we see. So we also want to appreciate them and want to welcome all of them. Thank you so very kindly. So that is the question we are asking. Where is the report from those who came from the United States to aid the government of Liberia in investigating this issue of the Capitol building fire incident? At that particular Capitol building, they had police officers there. Why is it that those police officers are not involved in the investigation? Why are they now being questioned? Or you want us to trust a government that don't even have the capacity or the tenacity or the balls, the fortitude to even investigate themselves? You want us to trust and believe them. Oh, okay, I see. Thank you. Let's go to the case of Peter Bonjala, the NSA deputy boss who sodomized a 15-year-old boy. When the incident happened, they tried to cover that incident up. Up to today, as we speak, they just collect Peter Bonjala. They say, my man, go sit down in Central Prison small. We know our system. We are Liberians. We know how these people can behave, especially when they want to protect their own. So they collected Peter Bonjala. They say, my man, go sit down in South Beach small. While that little boy is fighting for his life, the government is brave enough to take the little boy who's supposed to be in intensive care and somewhere going through counseling. They send him to orphanage home. They send him to orphanage home. Orphanage home where they send the boy. They even try to unalive him because when he is unalive, the case dead. Up to today, as we speak, Peter Bonjala stay in prison while the boy is suffering under the pain. The government does not even have the moral to say, let's begin to hear this case. Only because they want to eliminate the boy. Case that. So you want us to trust this government. You want us to trust a government who sent Daniel Sando to Morovia Central Prison to go and apologize to Madame Gloria Mususkat after the facts and every other thing in the court of public opinion point to her being the doer of the act of the killing of her own brother, daughter, or own niece, or own daughter, Shalom Musu. And at the end of the day, this woman walked away scot-free from Morovia prison. You want us to trust this government to investigate this $19 million case, right? The government that was able to collect almost $3 million from some group of guys who are coming in with drugs through the Sierra Leone border, the Liberia Sierra Leone border. They collected, they seized the drugs, they seized the money. Up to today, no here, no tail behind that money. Other people say, oh, report the money. Other people say, oh, no, the money is like this. Oh, the money is like that. Up to now, government has not been able to come up with a clear-cut report relative to that money. Up to today, as we are speaking. This is the government you want me to trust. The government will protect Peter Bonjala after sodomizing a 15-year-old boy. That boy is living in pain as we speak. Peter Bonjala is enjoying himself. In the net, they pulling us. Pulling someone a car, he go enjoy himself. But 4 or 5, they bring him back in the prison. You think we don't know? That the government you want for us to trust to conduct an investigation. You want us to trust a government that is very intolerant. A government will protect her own when they commit crime. No, don't believe me. Go ask McGee. from the Ministry of Youth and Sports, J. Brian McGill. J. Brian McGill was unsuccessful in his, how you call, abusing of a minor, a 14 years old. At the end of the day, the police say they conducted an investigation. J. Brian McGill is a free man. They gave him certificate. They say go. And J. Brian McGill today, as we are speaking, he is at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. Just like Newman Boakai, I pointed in there. I play here. Oh, you want us to trust this government that honor their watch? $8 million got missing. Up to today, we are yet to hear it. They honor their watch. $100 million could not be accounted for in the budget. When the LACC conducted her investigation, the GAC, sorry, they were able to uncover that 100 million US dollars or no trace behind. They could not see paper trace. They could not see anything. But Gafwan told us that they used the money. But they could not show us any paper trace of how that money was used. You want us to trust this government to go do investigation on herself? You think we're stupid? These bunch of criminals, you expect us to trust these criminals to conduct an investigation on their own self? These rogues, these people who are engaged in broad day robbery, this cartel that have taken over the government. A Joseph Newman Boakai, who even at the time he wasn't vice president, when he was in opposition, could not look at his son Tatan to say, my son, the thing you're doing here, so a bow, you spoiling my knee, they are just you selling. He did not even have the fortitude. He did not even have the zest, the energy to look at his son and say, you are attached to me. You can't be selling drugs like this in the open. And the man now you expect to set up an investigation team and will get any result from it? Why should we trust Boakai with all of these excesses that we've named? Why should we trust him? Right in front of a $10 million, I say $1 million, I say $2 million, I say $10 million building was put up in Lofa. Just like Newman Boakai saying, I know nothing about it. $10 million. He said he know nothing about it. A job anyway knows something about. You think fools? A man who told us in a broad daylight that he knew nothing about the drugs, the building that they were built in Lofa. He $10 million. He said, I don't know about you. They did not tell me. I have no knowledge on it. And the man now you're expecting us to trust with these drugs that they have understated from 50 million, they bring it to 19 million. That the man you want us to trust? That the government you want us to trust? The government up to now cannot tell us how a broker who was in charge of clearing and taking care of the entire so-called yellow machine, after visiting the vice president, died mysteriously. No investigation is conducted. That the government you want us to trust? So you want us to trust this government? The government who in a broad daylight will say, we will work with the people that we feel comfortable to work with. We will not get time for objectivity. The government will remove from Atikofa and say we got to pull regime speaker there. Well, Richard Nangwe will tell the people, say, yeah, my people, that we the one day what we had to do because we wanted to move an opposition, quote unquote, speaker. You forgive us. Open secret. All the things that happened that we the one did it because we wanted to remove the man. And such an individual is not under investigation. You want us to trust Boakai? Look, this drugs thing here is a whole well put together plan. The drugs cartel now has taken over our government. Joseph Numa Boakai is in the full know of all of these things because Boakai has given these people the go ahead. The president of the Republic of Liberia has given his full blessings to people who are criminals, has given his full blessing to people who are bringing in drugs, has given his full blessing to people who are damaging the fabric of our country. I don't want you to believe. I will display video. I will play video for you to hear and for you to see it. These were the people who said they will fight corruption. They will ensure that corruption is eradicated. They will bring in people who are trustworthy. Listen to Boakai. I don't want you to listen to me. Let's play you some video here for you to listen to these people telling the Liberian people some things. Eh? Listen to Boakai. Listen to Boakai. I want you to listen. I will play this clip and I want you to listen to Boakai, what he told the Liberian people, what he told the world when he was here in the United States, what he told our international partner, what he told the United States, what he told we, the Liberian people, about his government. Don't believe what I am saying. Because sometimes when we tell it in, people can get very. There's so many who can get very.
We start.
A many who can get very bad with. What kind of thing you're doing so? Let's listen to Boakai. Listen, don't believe me. Don't believe me. Let me bring it right here so you can how you call waiting him call. So I want you to listen to Boakai. Let's listen to Boakai, yeah?
By making sure those people that we bring to cabinet.
Listen to Boakai.
We start by making sure those people that we bring to cabinet are people of integrity. And secondly, want to make sure that even beginning with myself, we'll declare our asset.
This old man is a pathological liar, a sick liar. This idiot that we call president, that is facilitating drugs in our country, is a sick liar. When I'm saying these things, I am angry. If somebody say, yes, I'm angry. Because my family in Liberia, my children, everything, they are there. Everything. Even the one where they stay connected to Liberia. When they pass to my people say that Liberian parent down there get that boy or that girl or this children. To sit down and see this idiot of a president who never had something to eat, that people were literally begging on his behalf to take over the country and see this, our nation deteriorating. You think we are happy? You think we are excited? When you take an idiot and put him over the government, this is what happened. This is Joseph Numa Boakai word, not our word. Let me answer this quick. Please allow me to call you back. I'm on live here. Yeah. Don't believe what I'm saying. Listen to the voice of Joseph Numa Boakai. Listen to him.
We start by making sure those people that we bring to cabinet are people of integrity.
The senses were in a packet when he was making these remarks. He would bring people of integrity. That's why when I hear people say, oh, that the people were around Joseph Numa Boakai, that Joseph Numa Boakai even affect the people who are around him. He said, you know, that the circle were around Joseph Numa Boakai, that the circle you bring. Rusty old man like this, an 80-year plus man with 40 plenty years of experience. You want us to blame the people who are around him, but not this rogue, not this criminal, right? Not this criminal. Who told you Boakai don't know about drugs? Look, Boakai understand the trade of drugs more than you and I. Let me tell you something. People who were involved in the war. You know, sometimes, let me tell you this. When I listen to people saying, oh, you know, the Congo people, the time they took over the nation, it was all right now, country people taking over now, and the whole nation is just looking some kind of way. I almost like want to regurgitate when I hear this kind of foolish statement coming from some people. When you have a system that led you for 130 plus years, you think for you to understand the way things supposed to be, it will happen in 5 years, in 10 years, in 2 years. When I'm listening to fools saying, oh, the time the people then were leading on. I remember the time, and Barclay then, and the other people then they were leading on, the country were better. Nah. Country people taking what the countries for. Who told you that? You must be a fool, you must be an idiot. You think that small thing for a nation to be led by a group of family, by a group of courtists, by a group of criminals for over 130 plus years? You think before you take over and get to understand the government, you think that 4-year thing business you're talking about, that 3 years, that 2 years? You think so? People like Boakai who sold drugs to our children, they bought drugs and gave these drugs to our children. A man who is a member of the local defense force. You think what they were using to turn these children brain around to commit some of the atrocities? They seen drugs. You think in your normal mind, normal person, you with your normal self, think you brave enough to look at the man who taught you in school and say, man, you don't get hard question, can't lay down. Bow, you own a life. You think in your right mind, some of the lepo people are firing, oh, the crime man, baby, lepo, you're firing lepo, boy. You think anybody in their sound man could do it? People go to us, say, oh, I captured the horse, I captured the whole crime man horse. They break it down. You think in their sound man they could do it? People will enter their villages, their towns, and put those whole towns on fire. You think they could do it in their sound man? People like Joseph Numa Boakai who facilitated the war. These were the people who bought drugs and gave it to our children because they knew very well that by giving these children drugs, they finish taking away their life. Whatever they say is on, let's go. And somebody said, the people then were around Boakai. The people then were around Boakai. Tell me who is around Boakai that have worked in government for 40 plus years? Tell me. No, tell me now. Boakai is here, is on record of saying, my people, you know what happened here? The country here, the way it's looking like, we will bring people who are credible. That's the promise that Boakai made. I am not making things up. Later did we know that Boakai was bringing in drug law. Look, listen to Boakai, listen to him.
We start by making sure those people that we bring to cabinet are people of integrity.
Are people of integrity. You know, it beats my imagination to see people like Samuel Kofi Wooden. Yeah, Kofi Wooden. I know the place where the bishop is, Archbishop Marco Pakala Francis. He is saying, hey, God. I know he is in tears. You get people like Samuel Kofi Wooden over a government that over a state that is now taking over by just cartel. What Samuel Kofi Wooden? And people that will say they even read the activist, the lawyer there. Amen. The Catholic Church. That church that once upon a time used to have a fearless son who will speak to whoever you are and whatever you do. He ain't got time. He don't want your government money. He not scared of you. So people like Samuel Kofi Wooden, look at what happening under their watch. It's a disgrace. This man is a national security advisor that didn't want to advise Boakai. That Kofi Wooden advising Boakai said, well, President Boakai, you can't get these people that were in the government, they're leading papi. That Liberian people will know how they can talk. They will talk for 1 week, they'll forget about it. They will make no way. These are the kind of advices people like Samuel Kofi Wooden is giving Mr. Boakai. He's telling Mr. Boakai don't mind the Liberian people, papi. They papi Liberian people, they can talk. I looking like that coconut talking. That 7 days. 1 week, it finished. You will not hear anything about it. Kofi, who is advancing just like Imam Boakai said, papi, but you can remember when massacre the people in Kinjo, and the first 3 days, it was not easy. The whole country was turn around. Where are we now? Ain't finished. So, papi, don't mind that thing. That Samuel Kofi who advancing the president, telling them, but papi, you can remember when that Guinea man came here? We had plenty of money. They say he was a Liberian man. He ran away from Guinea. He came here. And when we bop him, we carry him, the people are making noise. Oh, no, what happened? And today ain't finished. Papi, that Liberian people you man. People like Kofi Wood is telling Mr. Boakai that papi, they see people were bringing drugs that they didn't want to support our government. They didn't want to support the government for us to win. You can't be too hard. Just make small statement, let go sit down and forget about it here. Whoever thought that a person like Samuel Kofi would, let me bring a picture for you to see. National security advisor. Some of the people need to display their picture so people can see them. Yeah, so people can see them. Oh, yes. Some of you know the people. Bring the people picture so you can see. National security advisor. That he the one advising the president. They want that he the one advising the president. He the one. Don't worry, we'll come and show you a picture, Jenna. Just wait, a reading. Just wait for me just now. Now even know say well done. You think that phone will play here? You think that phone will play here? Let Samuel Kofi. Let here. Let here. Let Kofi here. Let Kofi. Look at Kofi. The men once that used to say advocating for the people. Now the point in government, a fancy Joseph Nima Bwekana say Papa lead Liberian people. That get few times they will talk. The people that can get talk. Honor the government of Samuel Kofi who serving as national security advisor. The executive mansion now become a play of criminology. They're studying criminology there. You want us to trust Boakai with this investigation? We're right in the executive mansion. What happened to the executive mansion scandal of the scholarship they said they were providing? Collected money from children and all. No. Answer me. I need to tell you. Let me tell you why I'm wearing these shades. Because those of you that don't know. Let me put this here for you to understand something. When you're dealing with the kind of system that we are dealing with, we are not just like, talking ordinarily, where you put your phone down and just I have a system. As I speak to you, I have 4 different computers that I'm working on before I can bring you this. 4 different systems that I'm working on. And I need light in order for you to see me, in order for the background to be better, the way it is. I need light. And sometimes we need to be very careful. And these are some of the things that you need to know, especially, some of the things that we do. So this shades that you are looking at, I have 2. I have one that is clear. I have the clear one, and I have one that is like this. Actually, I have 3. I don't usually wear it like that. But the reason why sometimes I wear it is to reduce the light, both from the monitor and also the light that is pointing, so as to reduce the light that is coming to my eyes. That's the reason why I am wearing this. So I'm not wearing this to bluff. I'm a very handsome guy. Very handsome guy. I mean, when I mean handsome, I'm handsome inside also, character-wise, physical structure. I'm good. So I'm not wearing this to add any kind of that you call whatever. No, I'm only doing it so as to reduce the light that is reflecting in my eyes. That's the only reason. So those of you who are following us, I want to say to you, especially when you have a system that I have with enough light, because you need a projection of the light, you got to have a shades that will be able to reduce the number of light that is coming to your eyes, because you don't want to face issues in the future. You don't want to do it. So that's the reason why I have on these shades. If I were using my cell phone, that's a different ballgame. I would just take my phone and put it down and talk. But when I'm using the system, it becomes different. So just so you understand, that's why I'm wearing this, this shades that I'm wearing. So I hope you get it clear. That's the only reason. So yeah, we are fellow Liberians. You get somebody like Samuel Kofi Wood. Yes, Samuel Kofi Wood. Yes, Samuel Kofi Wood. Yes, Samuel Kofi Wood. Who is advising this president, enabling the president, empowering the president to do tabata around the place. People like Kofi Wood, they are aware of this drug business that are going on. Yeah, Kofi Wood is aware. Oh yes, I am saying Samuel Kofi Wood is aware the drugs business that happening in the country. Samuel Kofi Wood is aware. These are the people who are around the president. What? Okay, thank you. Bring it. Thank you. Bye bye. People like Samuel Kofi Wood, they are aware of this whole drugs business. This is Samuel Kofi Wood. The security advisor to Joseph Newman Boakai. Yeah, he is. You look at him Google. Let me bring a picture. Fun for you to see. Let me tell you. That's Samuel Kofi Wu. And here. That's Samuel Kofi Wu you looking at. This man is the man who advised Joseph Newman Boakai on the issue of security. There's the man who tell Joseph Newman Boakai, say, Papa, forget about it here. The people will get to a few minutes before you go to the door, get to the whole thing down. Forget about it, Papa, lead the people there. Criminals have taken over the government. Rogues have taken over the government. According to Joseph Newman Boakai, they will bring people, competent people, trustworthy. Listen to the old man, listen to him.
And secondly, I want to make sure that even beginning with myself, we'll declare our assets and want to make sure that this is well known. The purpose.
Declare asset, and it is well known. Today, Boakai and his people are their assets well known. No. You want us to trust this man? You think we are fools? We're looking at people who eat, how you call super cow here or crazy cow here. You want us to trust this old man who gave drugs to our children to fight war? The man who was part of the Lofa Defense Force, one of the strong financiers, one of the strong organizers that know how drugs can affect our children, that they use drugs to destroy our country. You want us to trust these people? Who told you Joseph Newman Boakai know about drugs? Oh, I said, so I know the Papa know about drugs. This, that, all that thing. I beg you, yeah. I beg you, yeah. Look, we are Liberian war in our country there. Doing a war, we've been there, we've done that. We know what we're talking about here. A plenty of things we can talk, they play that Facebook. Now, open place here. Imagine when you get more than 100 plus thousand person following you, you think that everything you got to take time. Some kind of way moving on. And you understand? So Boakai is aware. Boakai is fully in the know. He empowered these people and told them, y'all go ahead. Y'all do what you want to do. The only thing when you do, y'all get my own share. Y'all use small of the money around there. We good. We move on. Oh, you think I'm lying? Wait, I come. Let me bring you one video. Sometimes we're talking 18 people can get feed out. Let me bring you some kind of video here for you to see it. See the video, you know. So, oh, I think here, bring talking here, so that's new. Let me bring you video for you to hear the president. He's begging people. The man who should be fighting corruption is the man who begging. The minister that are begging you, you go corrupt. You go bring drugs in the country. You aid and abet all the crime and whatsoever that going on. But when you get the money, you give my own and you use some on the people who are around you. A Liberia that is what it is today because of corruption. That they play you begging corrupt people to go and steal money, to go and bring drugs, so that at the end of the day, you can get your share and they can use some of the money around with other people and they use the balance one. In fact, I'm talking plenty. Let me bring you
We want to we want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money. That I beg the money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.
You hear, Boakai? No, this is not from me. Because sometimes when we say this thing, like, at the end of my video, I always play this. This is your president. This is the man who's supposed to be the commander in chief. The man who said they have come to do things differently. That they will not allow the thing of the past to haunt them. The man who said they have come to rescue is the man who is on his knees begging drug law to bring drug in the country. Joseph Newman Boakai has given an open door to drugs cartel in our nation. The last time at the end of the day, look at what is happening. You have a nation where the people who are engaged in drugs business, they get time. They're doing it in the open because Joseph Newman Boyka has empowered them, has given them, the go ahead, the authority. But I want you to listen to Boyka. Listen to Boyka. This man is a pathological liar, but I want you to listen to him. Let's play a few bars of his clip, and then I will be back.
We start by making sure those people that we bring to cabinet are people of integrity. And secondly, want to make sure that even beginning with myself, we'll declare our assets and want to make sure that this is well known, the purpose of coming to government, to know that it's public service. And if you are not ready to serve the public, you can go elsewhere. But we want to make sure that we start on a clear note that the people of our country stood on line, they protected the votes, not to bring a team again that will do the same thing that other people are doing or worse.
You listen to Boyka? He will not bring on board people who will do the same thing or worse. You see your own word? These are his words. These are not our words. To say, oh yeah, the people there, that's sedition then are their words. That didn't want to do anything yet. Just like Newman Boyka said, we will not bring on board people who will do the same thing or worse. Today, what is happening? In fact, a vessel, a vessel. And who empowered them is the same Boyka that empowered these people. No, don't believe what I am saying. These are the words of Boyka. These are the statements of Omer Boyka. Will not bring on board people who will do the same thing or worse. But today, a vessel. A vessel. Boyka was talking in the reverse. In other words, we bring in people who will do worse than what other people did. No. Maybe you hear it well. Let me carry it back for you to hear it.
Stood on line, they protected the votes, not to bring a team again that will do the same thing that other people are doing or worse. So it's a clear message. Declare your asset. Make sure that we are prepared to audit the outgoing government.
So here is Boyka. Here is Boyka talking this nonsense. You listening to him. A Boyka who cannot even make a serious statement. When a $50 million drugs is uncovered in your country, a country that you use this issue of drugs to run campaign, you can't make any kind of serious statement. As we speak now, the man who said to fuel drug that emergency, he ain't Ghana. Enjoy it saying Ghana now. He ain't Ghana. He's sitting down there. The foreign minister could not go. This is how you know that this old man is just a useless piece that is with us, that a calamity that we are putting our hands in. That's how you know. This is a national emergency where people who are connected to the government are involved with this issue of drugs. The LDA people, they involved. Police, Liberian National Police, Gregory Como, he is involved. NSA, Prince C. Johnson, Charles Johnson, they are involved. Immigration people, they involved. Big people are involved. Why do you think Boyka is making this kind of reckless press conference? They say they're making statement. You believe nonsense. No, you will believe this nonsense. You will believe it. These are some of the things that we continue to say. So Boyka is in the full no. Boyka gave these people the go ahead to use our nation as a drug hub. And let me tell you something, this thing that we are overlooking. I said it the last time. Thank God that some of the platform that you people can go on, they can listen to us. Thank God that they can listen to us. They hear with different names, which is okay. That's why you see, when you see John Brown on Facebook or Peter Paul, don't think that he's not there. The last time I listened to somebody who say, oh, the other person, I say, my man, did that thing. Because people can be on these different things with surrogates pages. Especially for some of us, they always honor our post. Always. because of who we are, what we say, and the people that follow us. They always go and check the page and go see. I'm not saying this to boast, but I'm saying it to give thanks to the Almighty and to those who continue to support us. You think a small thing for you to get almost 100,000 person following you? That your video, when every month, we hit 1 million listeners, 1 million viewers. You think that's small thing? You think I get time for the nonsense people? Oh, you tell me you get 5.4, you get this point that, you get 0 point this. You think I get time for that? I get money to be doing, how you call Sonny, be giving it to people. It's a good thing because of business. But listen to Boakai. Let's listen to Boakai. Let's listen to the old man. Let's listen to the Boakai papa.
So that they tell the Liberian people of their stewardship, and to make sure that we start on a footing where people know that they come to serve the public and not themselves. If they don't understand that, they actually fall where it may.
Mr. President-elect, you talked about asset declaration starting from yourself and the people who work with you, as well as the outgoing administration. How do you plan to avoid the semblance of targeting people? Because some people will say these are politically motivated to tarnish their reputation or to go against them, people from certain tribes or specific parts of the country. How do you plan to avoid this?
We're aware of that. And when we talk about auditing, it's not going to be a Liberian auditing. We want to make sure that our international partners work with us for a public tender for competent and renowned auditing firm that will be qualified at an international level to make sure they
You hear
come on
Boakai?
board to do that.
Boakai told us that for the auditing, he even bringing national people. He not bringing national people. We can trust them. That for the draws more trusting. Then a Boakai talking, that Boakai is listening to just now. You know, not me was talking. You thought that Boakai was talking. Boakai told us that in order for us to have a good result, it's not to be able to trust our own people here. That Boakai talking, he said, I'm me talking. Wait, let me put it. Maybe some of you feel that Joe is joking here. Let's carry back small. Let's carry back.
Firm that will be competent and renowned auditing partners work with us for a public tender for competent and renowned auditing firm that will be qualified at an international level to make sure they come on board to do that. We are aware of people saying witch hunting, but I don't think it's witch hunting and auditing. We want to make sure that our international partners work with us for a public tender for competent and renowned.
This was the man who saying international people must work with them. But when the international people thought they get vet, they want to expel somebody. They will lead me to my second topic. That Joseph Newman Boakai talking will work with international people. But the last international partner that thought you get vet with her, the prince, the woman, the EU ambassador in Liberia, the woman thought they get vet bad way. They say they must expel the woman are personal non grata. They must tell her from there. The woman, she ain't supposed to be here. The woman, she not in line with her. I have to say the woman a Unity Party woman. She not in line with her. This is the Boakai that is telling you we work with our international partner to make sure that we can build the public trust. But the last time, the international people were put their mouth there, the people say, you're moving for here. Oh, la lie. Yeah. Listen to Boakai small. Yeah, we'll bring you that other one. Listen to Boakai. When we come here to teach. By profession, I'm a teacher. So when I come here, it's for me to take my own time to give you the lesson so that when you go out there, when you are presenting it, it can look all right in the simplest form that you can ever present it in. This is what Boakai told us. Listen to what Boakai told us. Listen to what Boakai told us.
And when we talk about auditing, it's not going to be a Liberian auditing. We want to make sure that our international partners work with us for a public tender for competent and renowned auditing firm that will be qualified at an international level to make sure they come on board to do that. We are aware of people saying witch hunting, but I don't think it's witch hunting when you have to account for your stewardship, but it has to be done in
So
a
you hear
way that
Boakai?
is
They
well
will work with
established.
international firms.
Entity would make
Do you
sure
hear him? Was it
that it
playing? I don't know. I
audits
think so. But anyway, let me verify.
anything.
I thought it was here.
It's not going to be a Liberian auditing. We want to
Yeah.
make sure that our international partners work with us for a public tender for competent and renowned auditing firm that will be qualified at an international level to make sure they come on board to do that. We are aware of people saying witch hunting, but I
So
don't
you hear
think
the
it's
you
witch
hear Boakai
hunting.
saying that they will work with their international partner to ensure that they build that public trust. They will work with international partner to ensure that the public is adequately informed and that everything that will come will be the truth, nothing but the truth. But the last time someone from the European Union raised an issue, the whole government had problem with her. Yeah, see, let's bring it right here. We're talking 18 and you think that phone we playing. You not know, say 18 we're talking that serious thing. There, yeah. Yeah, see, you see there? Liberia seek recall of EU ambassador Nona DePriest over alleged remarks about Boakai administration. The Boakai man who told you that we were along with international people, we bring credible people on board. Now you get somebody who will not mince their words, somebody who will not say, well, let's cover it up. The person is looking at you and telling you the challenges. You get vexed. You say you want to record them. They will record a woman. And you know this the scary thing about it? The same woman that they were saying they want to see in the country, the woman will get up from there, the woman will go. It's the same woman that is heading the EU investigator or delegates that is looking at this drugs issue. That is the same woman. You think the people will listen to the woman or they will listen to Boakai? Boakai is already involved with the issue of drugs. When the woman raised the issue, Boakai then got vexed. The man who say he won't work with, I told people from the beginning, I say, you don't trust Boakai. The fair that I fund our playing. Any platform stay here. Some of the people who are making noise, we can see them around. They shame. Some of them in our inboxes. They have given up. When you hear them talking, oh, they think we can politicize it, that today you know whether to politicize or not politicize. That nonsense, I can't listen to it. No, that nonsense is not for me. Maybe others will buy into it. That today you hear them talking, we cannot politicize this issue, the issue about the job, will not politicize. When you know that you can politicize anything in Liberia, when you got to realize that you can politicize the issue of drugs, everything in Liberia are politics. We're discussing on a political level. Children going to YS said that politics now this time. We're discussing on political level. You see, when they get to know that they are losing the fight, and that the same thing you use to come to power, the discussions that you were carrying on, were not involved with politics, don't allow these people to deceive you. Look, when you go on any platform and talk about this, somebody say, oh, we can't allow this thing to be politicized. You must know that they're finding an escape route. Was it not the same politics that you were playing, even with the death of somebody, Shalom Musu? And you didn't play politics with it? When you get to realize that we can politicize, when these idiots and fools get to realize that we cannot politicize, how you call any and the issue of death, we can politicize road, we can politicize drugs. When you use drugs yesterday, you use the message in your political word to denigrate a government, to lie on the government. Then you say we can't use politics. Who told you we can't use politics? What can be discussed in Liberia without politics? Tell me. Even in the church house, politics have entered the church. Oh, yes. Let me say this to you. Maybe you are not hearing me. Let me take my own time. I am saying that even in the church, politics have entered the church. Even in the mosques, the politics have entered the mosques. Yesterday, they flogged one imam to real light. I'm speaking figuratively when I mean yesterday. You all know of the incident that happened to real light, where they say some people said it was their mosques and they wanted to break it down. They said no. Police went there, they collected people. Imam, then they beat them good. They call Imam Cry to come to Imam Cry, say, but what in the pastor, what in the Imam are doing in the church, in the mosque. The Imam not supposed to be there. They beat that man unmercifully. That man was crying. I get a video here. I'm lying to you. They beat that man. You were on the ground crying. La, 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 mother. Yeah. Wait, maybe you're thinking that line. Let me bring the sun in here for you. You all know, telling you the thing I'm telling you, the truth thing I'm telling you. Let me see here. The beating again, and that's about video. The imam was yelling. Yalla, yalla, yalla. He's shrine the ear. Wait, yalla, la, 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 la. Man, I say, you know, when these guys realize that you cannot police, let me bring the video. Oh, my people, what a video, what a video. Oh, sorry, my people. The high looking like when you are presenting at the same time producing, it's very difficult. Oh. Yeah. That's why you see what we do here, just to bring you the information. It's not an easy thing that we do here to bring you this information. Oh, yeah. It's not an easy thing. Oh. Some of you don't understand. Yeah. To bring you the information, especially the factual information, we got to do some research. We got to come with all of the facts we are supposed to come with and give you the authentic truth with evidence. Yeah. Evidence based reportage. Let me see. So just bear with me while we try to bring you this other video. The beating the being, that's small beating. He the imam. Let me see. Here I put this on here. Let me see. Yeah, just bear with me. I want to, you know, bring that identical video. I want to bring that identical video where they beat the imam or being by the being. Oh, the being, they didn't play with him. Beat the imam. They call, how you call Imam crying now to counter Imam crying say, oh, what thing the Imam are doing there? When you get churches are not talking. I want to say thank God for uh, Pastor Elijah from Nigeria, saying our own Liberia Council of Churches say they will not speak. At least God has been able to raise up another stone for Liberia in a foreign nation to speak for the people. And we want to say thank God. Okay, okay. We want to say thank God for that. Uh, okay. Yeah. Just bear with me here. I want to take it now from here. Just bear with me. I'm seeing it. I want to take it from here and put it on the other side. So yeah, let me see. Just bear with me. Oh, I want to take it from where I'm supposed to take it from and put it where I'm supposed to put it. Yeah. Beat the imam unmercifully. When I mean beating, the game real beating. Being you, and not small beating. They beat the man. They beat the man. Beating by the being. The being. They beat the man. Or not easy. Oh, they beat the man. At the end of the day, Imam cry. You say, what the men were doing there? Yeah, why Imam cry? You say, these people. Let me see. Right, demonstrator. Let me see. Amen. I want to bring it somewhere because where I have it, I got to take it from there to bring it to where I'm supposed to bring it before I show it to you. So I don't know because, yeah, if I take it from here directly, you may not be able to see everything. I want to start with the beginning of it. I can bring it to you, but then when I bring it here, you'll not see everything. You just see portion of the video, and I don't want to show you portion. I want to show you the whole thing. Let me see. Show you the whole thing. Just bear with me. Let's see. Yeah. Let me see. No trouble. I want to take the video from somewhere and put it somewhere. I got to do somebody say transposing or translating. I got to take it from one area to bring it to another area. But anyways, can I use my phone to do this? I don't know. Let me see. I really want to show you this video, so just bear with me. Yeah, I want to take the other one. I just want to join everything together so that I give you a clear picture of what happened in the red light area with the imam. How the imam was unmercifully beaten. Yeah, being until they didn't even know how to beat the man. The being being by the being, they beat the man. They beat the man. They beat the man. Okay, so I think I am. I'm not getting. I will just. I might just show you the action because I want to take it from the very beginning. I want to connect the two videos and just send it, but it's going to take me a while, and I can't allow you to be here while we are doing this. It's going to take a while, and people will not be patient enough for that. So I will just bring you the half video. Yeah, let me bring you the half video. The one that I have here. They were beating on that imam. I will just bring you the half video. The other half where it is what it is. So let's just move on. This is the Unity Party government. Oh yeah, the government of the Unity Party. They call it Emmanuel to talk. Emmanuel said they can't talk. Beat somebody. Real beating. You get it, man. Emmanuel refused to talk. They call Iman cry. Iman cry. He said, what did man go do to the mosque? Oh, Iman, that's what you supposed to say? What did man go do to the mosque? After all of that kind of treatment that Fini gave him the man, and you can't ask that kind of question there. Iman cry. He could not even come out to first of all, condemn the act. He didn't even get time for that. So let me bring you the video. Let me bring you the video. I'll just bring you the one. So let me bring you this. Okay, so you seeing it right here. Here's the video. I want to just take all two to bring it together. Here's the video. Here's the video. Look at the imam. You see how they step on your foot? You remember that incident what happened in real life where they say the people went and then occupy certain land. In fact, they said that particular land was not for them, and they were going there to take possession. And some of the people who were in the mock spring, they were there when police went there to take them out. This was how the imam was treated. Look here. You see how they step on your foot, break the whole thing. See you on the ground, and you see that? You see that? You see what was happening? You see? Police brutality. You see that? You see, look here. They got coming, step on the legs. Look there. You see that? So when we are telling you, it's not that we just want to tell you because we feel like telling you or we want to lie. No, we have no reason to lie here. We bring you nothing but the facts. That's why we bring you here. Nothing but the facts. You have a government that is very irresponsible. Joseph Newman Boakai lied to the people and say, I'll bring you people who are credible. I will bring people who will make things to work in a different manner and for the Liberian people. But where are we? Where are we? Today, the government looking for who to pull drugs on their head. The main people, the man who to Noka, the king God, who is to Noka, who is the owner of this particular company that have transported these drugs over 2-3 times. He's sitting down to the horse. The lawyer finished signing for him. He's sitting here. Now somebody who was smoking opium yesterday, they collected EG. So when it comes to this government will protect their own. Anybody that is associated with this government, you commit crime, you walk away free. Oh yeah, you walk away free. This is what our people are faced with. But let's see if we can open the line to hear from you too. If there is anybody, have anything that you want to say, the line is open. Let's hear from you. Here's the number. Again, the number 443-991-3356. Yeah, 443-991-3356 is that number to call. And let's hear from you. What is your own say? What is your own take relative to this issue of drugs? Yeah. How you see it? This thing is serious. And this will affect us as a people. This will affect us as a people. You know what we're talking about? You know some of the reasons why some passports are seriously scrutinized. And even if you have this passport, you get to say you even get passport, like you don't even travel with passport. These are some of the reasons that can be able to take away from the passport of the country. There are certain passports you travel with, they will screen you more than any other person. Other people, they will just take 5 minutes, but for you, it will take more than 5 minutes. These are some of the reasons why some people, when they travel with certain passport, they give them tough time. And now why we facing so we're playing fun. At the kind of emergency we get on our hand. Joseph Newman Boakai say in Ghana. Yeah, say traveling, say in Ghana, say enjoying yourself. Old man without any achievement. You went all the way to the people who can be able to give money, just to say money coming finish from out of state. Then give you father Ghana, you will go to, they will give you money. Say going to conference. The foreign minister could not help us. You know how much we will save when you allow an ambassador or a foreign minister, so to speak, to represent you at the program than for you, the president, to go there. I've never seen such people that are so stupid. These people should be talking about saving money, but rather they are not. They are not saving. When a president travels, you know how much he spends. You know what comes from the budget. When an ambassador go to represent you in a particular area, you know how much you spend, or you know how much you save. You would think that this government should be sensible enough, should be very, very clever enough, because it's presided over an old man who you think will know better. But he know better. All he know is how to be able to sell drugs, take the money, put it in your pocket, and move on. These are the kind of people that we have. The people who will take Liberian information, our information, and give it to a foreign company and say they come in face, how you call the thing, sir? License plate. Only for us to go know, license plate now, it tend to paper. It tend to plywood. License plate tend to plywood, my people. Are the kind of country we find ourselves in. Well, license plate we tend to plywood. And we think it's okay. Everybody just relax and all doing what we're supposed to do. This is what happened. This is the place we find ourselves. People no longer have fear. The people are empowered to do evil. The people are brave to commit crime. Very brave to commit crime. They ain't even get time no more. Oh, they ain't got time. But why would this thing not happen? It will happen in broad daylight. You know why it's happening? Because even those at the level of the USA higher up, the people doing the same thing. We have a video where a commander was telling one of the agents, one of the LDA agents, say, don't tell that girl, I get my daughter. You need to get, let the girl go. You don't be on her. So you think that guy will be brave enough to say that kind of nonsense when, you know, where is this at? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, plenty of video then sometimes and just put to some places then all the other thing at a particular time before we can. So what we're talking about. LDEA guy, LDA man, LDA man told the whether he commander or whoever, he said, my man, your leader get on my daughter.
But one other people now, in it, she was born naked
Yes,
dead. For the cara had it.
I coming. You remember this story where the LDA fee agent or whatever they went to go do an arrest or a raid, and the place they went, they saw another LDA commander daughter there, and they arrested her. Immediately, the commander of the LDA he called a man and said, "Your leader get your leader immediately." He was not talking about carrying out the code or investigating to know whether she is at fault or not. Say, "Your leader get my daughter." You're listening to this conversation. So that's why we continue to say that look, the whole drugs business, my people, the whole drugs business, the drugs business that you're looking at here, the whole drugs business you're looking, the people are aware. Oh, yeah, they are aware. Thank you so much, my sister Cecilia. Thank you. You see, this was the story of Peter Dolo, the how you call it, the escort officer that was arrested with Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. He used to be Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, how you call the thing, a motorcade driver, and he was arrested with drugs. We have a caller on the line. Hello, caller. Your name and where you've joined us from.
My name is Bishop Elmas Haig. I'm calling all the way from Pennsylvania.
Okay, Bishayega, let's hear from you, sir, on this issue of the drugs.
Well, first of all, I just want to call upon every Liberians, wherever you are, to understand that drug issue is a global problem. And we all want, regardless of your political affiliation, do not believe any Liberian want our country to be destroyed by drugs. Believe all of us, we have different political views, but one thing is certain: at every level of our life, all of us love Liberia. So I want to establish this, that no Liberian will want our country to be destroyed by drugs. It's unfortunate that our country is being used as transit. And I believe it is about time that we all wake up at every level of our national life to be patriotic enough to fight this menace. I remember since 1977, when America declared war on drugs, at every level began national policy. We in America will see the government still fighting to eliminate this drug. Anything that involves big money is a huge temptation. Whether you are a Unity Party or CDC, whether you're UP or Liberty Party, money is a temptation. And money is something that could be above people's political expression. So we as Liberians, I am totally appalled that our country, we have so many problems and drugs becoming an issue. So I am here tonight on your show. I know you have a lot of people who listen to you. Do not believe at this stage that the drugs business just started in Liberia today. I believe It's been going on. Nobody can deny that. But it's no time for to do finger pointing. Those who are responsible for bringing in these drugs that were caught, the $19 million drugs, we must prosecute them regardless of what political connection they have. They must be used as a benchmark to set a clear message to anyone who intends to spoil our country about the drug trafficking. Remember a couple of years back, there used to be Nigeria. Until when Nigerians carry their passport around the world, they used to be suspicious. Nigerians had difficulties when in the 80s and 90s, and everybody was saying Nigeria was a drug trafficking country. I believe their government fought against it. It still had issues with Nigerian passport, but with Liberian passport, we don't want any Liberian to be impacted because Liberia is being used as a transit point.
So I have a question. Yeah, I have a question for you, sir, before you can learn and take your leave. Thank you for calling. But I'm listening to you from the onset, which is very good. You call on every Liberian to be involved in this. This is a collective effort, and not, attach it to a particular political party or maybe an individual from a political standpoint. But here's the question that I have. From what we are looking at, government is charged with the responsibility of managing our resources and using that resources for the protection of the state and all of us. Now you are calling on every Liberian. But why if the government that is charged with that responsibility to empower us in showing that we can fight it, if the government is the one shielding, aiding, and abetting, do you think that that particular call will ever be realized?
Well, I don't want to get into the propaganda aspect because when you say the government is sealing, the government is bidding, the government is doing that, you already accuse them. Well, I know we, regardless of your political connections, we empower the agency. We have to respect our institutions of governance. And as I can quote a lot of countries where drug cases took years to investigate. We had a report from the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. They said they already arrested some people. And based on the nature of the drugs, it requires forensic investigation. They have to trace how the money came to people. The bank, you can't just go to the bank and say, give me your record. You have to go through court. Court have to give the bank the authorization to release the banking information. This is transnational. You have to go through other jurisdictions. Those jurisdictions have their legal framework. People need to understand this.
No, but sir, I mean, I agree with you that there are, especially extended investigation. You got to go through other government. I do agree. I'm not arguing that. But even the one that is caught in our country, I mean, the one that we are seeing, that we have individuals who are directly linked to it. I mean, individuals who are charged with the responsibility of handling their cargo, and they are, one way or the other, involved with it, and etc. We are seeing these people walking out free, and we have a drug law that states that even if a drug is found in your house, according to the new drug law, that particular house at certain time will even be, confiscated, taken by the government, and etc. But today we have some of these individuals sitting home. Like, for example, Mr. King, who is the owner of the company that is responsible for, clearing or handling these things, the man is sitting down home, right to the horse is sitting down. So when you talk about now wanting to get involved in the, the according to you, propaganda, and which I respect, or the propaganda side of it, but I think also we are not doing much because to some extent we are not calling out the government. The government have all of the resources. The government have all of the time. The government have those people who are in charge. I mean, the person who carry to the airport, even those of us when we are traveling, when we want to carry our, let's say, luggages ahead of time, or want to do our maybe loading, we carry there, we introduce ourselves, picture is taken, etc., etc., and we move on. But if up to now the government cannot come up with a clear record relative to who took the drugs there, Who are those that receive the consignment? Because all of these things that we're talking about, they have paper traces. Who bring it, you will get paper trace. Who's supposed to sign for it, that paper trace. So when we are saying that the government is shielding or aiding and abetting, is based on all of these informations that they are leaving the paper trace and they're going to something else. Do you think it's a fair assessment?
I totally agree with you that we all I read the newspaper. There's a lot of speculation going on, and really, I don't want to go into the nitty gritty of all the speculation. We have institutions that are working to bring this issue to a holistic end. So what I'm hearing from the Drug Enforcement Agency, me calling it just a small part of the investigation.
But do you trust the DEA? Yeah, do you trust the DEA? Do you really trust our system to do the investigation based on the record of the LDEA? You know of the almost $3 million that was taken from someone from the Boakai border up to today as we speak on this phone. The LDEA is still giving a comforting statement. They've not come up boldly to tell us. There was some 585,000 United States dollars drugs that was taken by the LDEA in Mangibi. As we speak to you, the LDEA have not, that was some very 9 months ago. The LDEA have not come up to tell us who are those that arrest the drugs, whether that money and the drugs is in their possession. I mean, when you are seeing so many, somebody will say open-ended or not conclusive investigation that was conducted by the LDA and these people, and up to now we are not getting any clear record. Do you think that it is a, one would say realistic, one would say objective call for Liberians calling on the international community to take siege over this investigation instead of our own government that we already have record of?
Yeah, but Mr. Prince Sheriff,
Yes, sir.
Listen to the U.S. Consular, the Vice Consular at the U.S. Embassy. You heard a press statement that the United States government is involved, giving capacity and training to our drug enforcement. In fact, there's a huge collaboration. They're saying that even there are other plans to increase the effectiveness of our drug enforcement agency. I want every Liberian to understand this drugs issue across borders. And when huge money involved, you need to do more equipping of your drug enforcement people. Brother, we need technology. We need forensic experts. We need so many layers. Liberia, as a poor country, look at our drug enforcement agency budget. Have you looked at the budget, Mr. Prince? Have you looked at the budget?
Yeah.
Look at that budget. Is that a budget that's going to help us fight against drugs? Absolutely not. The budget is not even up to $10 million. You have people who are bringing in a consignment that worth tens of millions of dollars. You and myself were aware money corrupts, not only in Liberia, all over the world, where there is big money. My brother, narco traffickers, they are dealing in big money. Why is every day America still fighting this thing from Mexico for South America? Money is involved. People will do anything for money business. So that's what I'm saying. All of us as Liberians must join in effort. You can provide intelligence. If you know anything, let it be known to the relevant authority. When you see people in your community strain doing something, let the government know.
But again, Bishop, like you're saying, I agree with you with the provision of intelligence. But here is another analysis somebody will say. The last time the people who were charged with responsibility of fighting drugs, the deputy LDA boss who was sacked by this government, provided an information at the Ministry of Information, Culture Affairs, Tourism press briefing that people who are involved with the drugs are at the level of the executive, the judiciary, and the legislative branch of government. And unfortunately, the next day, this man was sacked. So based on all of these,
do you know why he was sacked? He was not sacked because in government there's institutional policy. If you have information, it's not on the news, you come and speak. You have information, you provide a detail to your bosses. Even if you don't have the institution here, nobody can leave and go on the press and start talking to you without addressing it internally. He violated the civil service code. He is someone that is working for the government. If you have information,
So basically,
provide
Bishop,
it
the
relevant.
civil service code protects criminals over the people. Is that what we must believe now? Somebody
No,
somebody who is a whistleblower, even
there's
though
a
he's in the system
whistleblower.
and is
You
saying
know
these
how
things.
you know how whistleblower act. Whistleblower, the law protects you when you do it privately. When you do it going through the red channel, not when you come on news, on public news, and without going through the relevant authority and can speak. That man was immature. Even
So,
if
so he was
in the
immature for
government,
exposing people,
it's
the
not
areas people are
immature
in.
for
So,
exposing. He was immature. He don't understand his ministerial ethics. I, as a pastor, when somebody come to me and tell me, say, oh, I just committed this, I will encourage them to go to the police and the jail. I will not come because I don't know, I don't have that competence. I will not just wait and start talking. I will encourage, let's go to the police. You go there and speak to the relevant authority. That's what we do. So it was not a place to then talk that thing. You know that spirit of God used because he wanted to score political point here. That man was a deputy minister. If he had information, he shouldn't be talking in the press. No, it was not his era. You know that. Even your government that you were part of, anyone who would do that, he will be fired immediately.
no, I don't know of a government that will go against somebody who went to a press conference that is organized for people to come and give briefing, and this man will come up openly to say such a thing in order to save the government. Then he is
He never
dismissed.
said the government is
No,
so
that
loosely.
no, Bishop, that was saving. That was saving. That was
No,
saving the
no,
government and
no,
saving also
no,
the
no,
people. So you
no,
prefer keeping the information from the
not
public?
keeping the information. They need to carry the information to relevant governmental institution.
Definitely
We
from
don't
the press
discuss, we
conference.
don't,
From
what press conference?
from the press
What
conference,
press
he
conference?
spoke out of
He
frustration
was deputy minister, what other frustration?
because the
He
other
was
government agencies.
employed by the government to do a work. If you have information, speak to the security apparatus, speak to people. Don't go on press conference. Listen, that immaturity, and he got to be fired. He wants to be minister.
Wow. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Bishop. We're looking at the time. We have another time at least to have a kind of one-on-one conversation. But thank you so much. Appreciate your take on this. Thank you, sir.
And I just very want to speak to you. I know how passionate you are for Liberia and all my friends who are CDC. I will say this to all of us. We all love Liberia. This divisiveness is not going to help us. Let me on your program. One political party don't have all the truth. We have a serious problem in our country. Every Liberian around the world want better things for our country. We're going to go back for our country to be proud. Today, Unity Party is there. If they don't do well, 2029, CDC can come back to power. We will still, when CDC was in power, I was building schools in Liberia. I was going in there and helping. Even though I do not subscribe to CDC agenda, but I was still contributing positively to Liberia. Liberia is not politics alone that are going to develop our country. All of us coming together, nationalistic approach. CDC will come to power if CDC win the 2029 election. They will not solve all of Liberia problem. CDC don't have billions of dollars. Say, okay, we get billions of dollars. We're just going to divide Liberia, going to be okay. They will still say we want to go to the international community. The same thing that Unity Party is doing. They will still go look for investors. The same thing Unity Party is doing. There is no political party that have the answer for all of our problems. So let's work together and take our country to the next level. This division fighting is not solving anything.
Thank you.
It just causing more problems. Yes.
But I think, Bishop, before you take leave, like you said, there is a need for us to do away with division. I think it must begin to point at the government because we have seen a very, very big chunk of the issue of unity, the issue of togetherness coming from previous government. But unfortunately, this government, we have not seen anything of such. The president of the republic cannot even speak to the former president. He has not even taken upon himself to even call a political leaders meeting, like we saw under the leadership of His Excellency President Dr. George Weah when he won, calling all political leaders, even visiting the current president when he was in opposition. This we have not seen, and we have seen a serious level of witch hunting on the part of this administration. So I think, from all indication, we should be talking to the current government. The government which, like you said, you may have a soft spot for. But I think people like you, who people listening to, you have, followings around the world and etc. I think you should be using that platform to say, look, Mr. President, this is how you should begin the process of reconciling and uniting the people. I think that should start from you, because they might listen to you more than they will listen to some of us. I think from that standpoint.
If you want me to make an appeal, I will make an appeal. I will appeal to His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai, who is the president for all of us. He's the father of the nation right now. Please, if you're listening or anyone that's listening to this show, please tell the president of Liberia. It will be in the interest of all the development that we want, that reconciliation, togetherness be among our political leaders. Let him call a meeting, not only with former President George Weah, but let all the political leaders come together. I'm saying it tonight that Liberia will need everybody. We need everybody. The country is so divided. You cannot get one thing discovered of political biasness. Let's come together. If we all come together, we can take our country and we can make the kind of acceleration that we need our development. So, Mr. President, please call former President George Weah, call Alexander Cummings. The last time I saw you, Alexander Cummings, at the football field, at the country league, it was a good thing. I hope all the other political parties, you can invite them to come. Just sit down. Liberia belongs to all of us. Not one political party have the answer to Liberia problem. We all have some answer. We can put it together and we can take that country. We are behind, Prince. This country called Liberia is about 100 years behind other countries. So we don't have time to waste. We don't have time to waste. I'm telling you, we are 100 years behind. What our children should be enjoying right now, they ain't even come there yet. We need to accelerate the development. That means every Liberian need to get hands on deck. So Unity Party people, please stop. Think about how you can work, you can coordinate with the other political party. You power today, tomorrow you can be in opposition. It is Liberian people.
Thank you so much, Bishop. I think this coming from you, someone who, have a soft spot for the regime. I think it means a lot. It speaks volume. But I'm hoping and praying that we can have the time. I know you are very busy, but you can come on for us to have, a discussion around the level of division we are seeing, and I hope that they will listen to you. I hope they will not say, otherwise. For you that support the regime, if you are doing this honest call, I think it's something that they must listen to. But thank you so much, Bishop, for taking up the time to talk to us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. All right, so fellow Liberian, there we have it. You can give us a call if you want to, contribute. Uh, we are glad. Like I always tell you, when we come on here, it's for us to create an atmosphere where people can sincerely get to realize. And I'm grateful. Whether it is done, somebody will say honestly, or from a different standpoint. But for the fact that, and I have a lot of respect for the bishop, he supports the agenda of the government to come up to say it. Well, if it is sincere or not, but I think it's a good step. But let's go to the line as we talk to our sister. Welcome, my sister Cecilia. How are you, Mama?
Fine, thank you, Prince. How are you doing? Thank you for the show. Great show.
Thank you. I'm doing great. Thank you. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
All right.
I just wanted to contribute to the show tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, and to say one or two from what the bishop just said. some that I disagree with, and some I think is in the right line of our country and its development. Yeah, if Liberia is good today, everybody will enjoy it.
Sure.
If Liberia is bad today, everybody will feel it. The 1990 war, they started with Cry and Gio. But when the war got heated, it wasn't only Cry and Gio who suffered from it. There were others who weren't even Cry or Gio that suffered from it, that died. That is the first part of it. Then we transition into all the different warring faction and entering government. And finally, Liberia went to the ballot 2005, and they selected Madam Salif, and she led us for 12 years. And it wasn't that everyone was weak or so, but she tried to bring everybody together. Erin was friends with former President Weah. She was friends with the late Councillor Charles Walker Bronskin. She was friends with every other, even Vani Sherman that she had, that was her main rival during the election 2005. It was all at her throat. At the end of the day, they came together under one umbrella and they formed the Unity Party 2011 election. But what I disagree with the bishop is saying that I think he contradicts himself. I don't want to. I respect as he is a bishop. I respect the grace of God upon his life because I am a child of God. So I always reference and cleric people. I don't disrespect them in any form or manner. But one of the place he contradicted himself was to say, if you know or see anybody in your community that is doing drugs, you must go report it to the governing authority. You as an ordinary person will go see a top dog in leadership. Or maybe some NSA person, or maybe let's say for the police director, maybe you spotted him and you have noticed that he always, into the kind of transaction. Who are you going to carry such complaint to? Do you think you're going to survive it? Because he just said that on the air, and people are watching and they are listening. Somebody's life could be in danger if they even try that. So I think it is important that I come in, because if a deputy director or minister under the Boakai administration could come out to say there are people in government who are in high profile positions who are involved in drug trafficking. The president went ahead and fired the guy. And for the bishop to be agreeing to that, saying that the man came up to say it. So it was a political stunt, which means it is all about protecting the government image, but it is not about the country. Because that's what the bishop is trying to make us to understand tonight. Because if he's flagging the flag of Liberia, then I think that deputy minister who was sacked should be held. Because this is something he saw. They should have given him the chance. If at all the government is honestly fighting drugs, fighting this drug trafficking, I think they should have called this guy and get some key information from him and observe and watch these people. But no, they went ahead and they fired him. Now, a $19 million drugs issue has surfaced. And up to now, it's almost 2 weeks. Up to now, they have not come out with anybody, any arrest, any name, none article. And he wants us to believe that they don't know what's going on, that they are investigating. The government is not investigating anything. The only thing they are doing, this is not about party or anything. This is about Liberia. The only thing the government is doing now is to quiet the public, so that people can forget about it. It seems like what happening with the border issue. Now, we don't hear about border issue anymore, but the Guinean soldiers are still at the border. But government is not talking about it anymore. At the end of the day, you see now they have started doing normal business going on in the country as it relates to government functioning. They're talking about this bridge and other work. That is why they are trying to do to cover up this whole drugs thing. Everything you see them doing is to cover up. I don't know, again, before I close, I don't know whether the bishop, because he talks about we should not do political party thing, we should come holistic as a country and people to fight this drug thing. Well, it is true. But I don't know whether he heard what Pia said today, the information minister. blaming the CDC for the entire drugs thing that is taking place now in the country. Meanwhile, this whole drugs thing started the first Unity Party government under the Madam Salif regime. 2008 and 2009, there was a drugs box in Liberia. That was involved with 500 million of drugs. Then 2015, there was another one again. But because at the time, there were not much of the Facebook or social media, especially during the 2008 and 2009.
Sure.
We were only relating to the traditional media to give out news, and whatever news they gave you is what you will know. But today, we are finding out newspapers that there were issue of drugs as far as 2008 and 2009. So they didn't just started with the 100 million drugs that they saw during the CDC time. And this one we're talking about, this 19 million drugs was in the country. It wasn't just arrived to the airport and they caught it. No, it was in the country that was taking it from in Liberia to send out.
Sure.
So how long was it in Liberia? And it was in the first time, they said since 2024, the amount of drugs that have entered our country and go out. And he still wants us to do it secret because why? He have a suspect for the regime, so he wants us to protect it. It's about the regime image, it's not about Liberia. No. That is Bishop business here. It is not about Liberia, but it is all about protecting Joseph Boakai image because Ria is the dusty boy, and Boakai now is looking like the clean guy. Ria is the Ishmael, that how they want to treat him, and they want us to. Ria is Ishmael, and they want us to treat Boakai as Isaac, which of course he is not. Let us call a spade a spade. Let us call a spade. If we love Liberia, let us all come together. It should not be one-sided. It can be for any political party, but one is about Liberia. In this country, when they fund drugs law, they don't say honor the Obama administration or that Obama brought drugs or that this person brought drugs. They don't do it. The government in charge go for it and do his work.
Sure.
But now Pia is blaming the CDC for making drugs to be like no problem. It was not the first of its kind. And if Pia, he was in government, he worked to that very information ministry. He knows. So the people should start being hypocritical, and when it comes to these things. Let us fight it holistically. If Prince sees drugs somewhere, Prince should say it. Don't say no that my party so I will cover it, or that my government impact will cover it. We are destroying one another.
Sure.
Yeah. So this is what I try to say, okay, let me call and make my contribution.
Thank you.
Liberia issue that is related to drugs, they didn't just start just the previous government. That's something that has been happening a long time. Long time.
Thank you so much, Master Cecilia, for taking the time to add to the discussion. Thank you. So, fellow Liberian, there we have it. There we have it. There we have it. This issue of drugs, it did not start yesterday or today. You all know the major role the Unity Party play in our war. Key figures of the Unity Party, including Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who said she gave money, according to her, for humanitarian purposes to the MPFL at the time, gave money to them. We all know the role played by H. Boima Famule, who served as security advisor to Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf in the war, and most of the people who were around Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. The time that Liberia started to experience, hardcore drugs, it was during the war. Anywhere that you have these things, war, it goes along with drugs and all these other things. So they introduce it to us. And today, when we are seeing it, under the Unity Party government, people are brave to produce these things because they know that under the Unity Party, they will be shielded. They will be protected. Nothing will happen to them. So today, they are not showing their faces. Like I said, listen to this recording of one of the
Let me ask you on the phone. Take your phone to her right now. All right, let me go to the office. I'll call you right back.
Okay, so
do not cut that phone off.
Here is an LDA boss whose daughter was arrested by some of the field agents. And this man decided
to intervene, to command one of the agents, hey, you got to free her. So there's the conversation between an honor man and his boss. Imagine. But right, this LDA boss, we're supposed to be talking about jail by now. The government should use this one to prosecute him and he should be in jail. But guess what happened? There's another story again for another day. But just listen to a few bars of it. You think why this guy is brave? Well, listen to this. Listen.
Go in there and leave the phone on. If you're touching the all you're not wearing a uniform, did your commander call you? I'm calling. Then you beat my daughter? No, she never be on. Yeah, don't pull that girl to touch you when the time is. Papa won't talk to you.
Hello, Daddy.
Savian, they beat on you over there?
Yeah.
They beat on you?
Yeah, they beat me over.
So the first question this commander asking is not how you got there, but they beat on you. So when I tell you that, no, don't get it wrong. There are people of good character, good morals, good intention in some of these security forces. But unfortunately, some of the heads, well, they are terrible, they are dangerous. This is a commander calling an honor man. Carry the phone to my daughter. They beat on you. He did not ask how you managed to go there. What happened? How you got involved with this whole nonsense? But this is to tell you that this commander is aware. He knows very well. But listen. Time, let me see. Oh, the time.
They still beating you right there?
They've been beating me, ma. They've been right.
Well, time have caught up with us, and we gotta go. Time is not in our favor. We have reached our 2 hours. Because we're supposed to rest for 1 hour, then we want to hustle. But I want to say thanks to all of you. We will not stop talking about these things. It is unfortunate that the government that claim to be a government that is responsible will now start to run behind and call for the expulsion or that the EU should recall our ambassador. Only because this ambassador speaks truth to power and said that we can't give you money and you can't report the money. It's unfair to us. Today the government get vexed and they're calling her to be expelled from the country. We told you that this government is very intolerant. They will not take no for an answer. They will not listen to objective criticism or objective analytical analysis about this government. No. You do it, they get vexed with you. But my people, don't forget to join us tomorrow on King's FM with Abraham Gosson William with the Diaspora Talk. And we'll be on here in the evening too, where we'll be discussing under the Palava Hut with our panelists, our brother Frank, Jake, Elston, and others. If you want to have your say on this, you are always welcome. The number is there. Give us a call and we can discuss and bring you on so that you can disagree, so that you can agree, so that we can hear from you too. But we want to say thanks to each and every one of you. And on this note, we appreciate all of you for the time spent here. Until we meet again, have yourself a God bless day. Love you all and bye from my end.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.